What's up guys, Kevin here, and unfortunately they didn't tell us that the new normal was going to look like a bunch of profile pictures with green circles around them. It seems like anytime you log into LinkedIn, somebody else is open to work, and it's honestly not what any of us wanted or expected, and it really does suck for everybody that's being impacted. But I think something that a lot of us are struggling with is how to actually help the people that are being put in these scenarios where they need to find a job quickly so that they can get back on their feet. And it's very difficult to feel like you're doing something that's actually tangibly helping them. So I wanted to make this video to share what has worked for me and how I've helped my friends and former colleagues find new opportunities so that they can move on with their lives. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, if you do see somebody that makes a post saying that they're open to work or they got laid off, first step is obviously don't be mean about it. There are a lot of people that you might consider really close friends that just don't feel comfortable talking about these things. And when you've been laid off, there are a lot of different options on the table. A lot of times people are trying to find jobs within the company, something that they can just do a lateral move and act like this never happened. But sometimes that didn't work out. So they might be waiting until they absolutely have to tell people that they were impacted and kind of hoping something else would make it work and this wouldn't be their situation. But if it doesn't happen, they share their information how they see fit. So don't make them feel bad just because they didn't tell you personally or directly. It's obviously a very sensitive time and not something that people really want to talk about. Now, the next step after getting this information, whether they're telling you in person or you're finding out through social media, is simply to reach out and ask what they need. I would double check and make sure that they're not choosing to retire, they're not choosing to take a break. There are a lot of different things that people might do to just kind of get out of this rat race that we're all going through trying to keep and maintain our jobs. And so they might just be over it. So double check that they're actually looking for a new job before you try to throw a bunch of information their way. But typically what I see is when people post this up, they are over that grieving phase, they've processed the information, and they're really posting it looking for somebody to help them find a new opportunity. And especially on LinkedIn, you'll kind of see like the automatically filled in, copy pasted details where they share their experience, the kind of job they're looking for, the locations they would work, and things like that. So that's a pretty good indication that they're looking for work. And if you reach out to them, they'll say, yes, this is what I'm looking for. These are the jobs I'd be open to. Anything that you can do to help would be appreciated. But how do you actually help? I mean, if you just hit repost and hope that a recruiter scrolls past your page and sees it, that is okay. It's a little passive, but I think most of us are empathetic to the point that we want to do more. We want to feel like we're actually creating a connection or creating an opportunity for these people. And I would say something that you should be doing anyway is doing interviews, keeping your resume updated, picking up conversations with recruiters and looking for different leads, because you could very well be in the next round of layoffs if that were to happen. So I've said it in multiple videos, but I'll say it again. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You should always be ready to move in case the worst were to happen. So if you're doing that and keeping up with it, you should hopefully have people in your inbox within the past 30 days that you can refer your former colleagues to so that they can get into the boat of, getting some interviews and hopefully getting in front of the right people. So that's where I would go. Don't just repost it to your page. Actually make a connection, send them a contact, send them an email, put them on the same conversation so that they can continue talking and hopefully find their next opportunity together. And honestly, I feel like connecting with a recruiter is the best and only way to really get a job quickly nowadays. And I'll be talking about this more in a future video, but submitting an application into a pool of candidates and just throwing it out there online is just not really the way to get noticed. You need a direct connection with the hiring manager, and that's something that a recruiter or headhunter can do. So really try to create those connections so that they can help find their new roles. And anytime you hear about something in passing through your friends and family, be very deliberate about connecting them directly to people you know that were impacted. So yeah, that's really the way that I try to approach it. If you've been in this situation and you feel like something was really received well, or somebody gave you some feedback that you were able to run with and it worked really well in your experience, definitely leave a comment down below and share your experience. I'd be curious to hear how everybody else tackles this. But I feel like, the way that I've been managing it, following these process steps has really actually helped two of my colleagues find new opportunities. And I just continue to try to do this in the future as any other open to work profile pictures get updated, which is unfortunate, but it seems like that's kind of the way things are going these days. So yeah, I think that's all I had to share for today. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.